Hey guys, it's Tori, or Pixel Jackpot on Tumblr. I had a couple people ask me for a tutorial on converting Sims 4 to Sims 3 objects, so we're going to jump into that today. Really quick, it's important to make sure you have permission from the creator of the object that you're going to convert, because, understandably, it can be very upsetting to have some of your hard work kind of basically just copy pasted is really all we're doing. So make sure you have permission and try to stay away from that pain of having your conversion reported and all that stuff, because that could be a hot mess. Alright, so I use the Sims Resource Workshop and Milkshape, and I'll put links to those somehow, somewhere. And we're going to jump in. First, you want to make sure you have all of your Sims 4 folders and Sims 3 folders set up and good to go. I'll try to find a tutorial on that too. So, we'll start by picking an object from the Sims 4. Just a little clutter object. And I saw in one of my other many takes of recording this really cute basket, so we're gonna give this a shot. And then just a little side note type of thing, you guys know I like to paraphrase the Sims 4 description, so here on this screen would be a perfect place for you to copy and paste this information. That way when you make your conversion and get ready to export it in the Sims 3, you can have it right here and good to go. Alright? Okay, jumping right in. Materials, and you're going to want to export the alpha map, and this is the overlay. So for the Sims 4, all the objects have colors already assigned. If you wanted to not make them castable in the Sims 3, you would have to go back in to each of those objects and export the overlay for each color. Alright, so, because it's a whole nother video to make a mask. Alright, and we're just going to export this and call it whatever it is. I have a pre-made folder under the title basket, because that's what we're working on. And we'll save it as a PNG, that's fine. And then we'll go to the mesh tab, and the mesh is the object. If you don't have the mesh, you're not going to have an object. Alright, so we'll export each of these level of details. And I apologize for the loud mouse or keyboard clicks. Medium. And it's not often that a Sims 3 object will have a low level of detail, but just in case, we can just export it to be safe. And then we'll export the shadow. Alright. Good job. And might as well export the low shadow. Alright, cool. So then we go back in and we'll click New, and we did not make any changes and we wouldn't want to save them anyway. So then we go back in and we're going to open up the Sims 3 folders and pick an object to basically override with our new object. Plants, can't go wrong with plants. It's a good idea to pick an object that is already base game, like a base game Sims 3. That'll save you the hassle of having to go back in and convert it to base game. Might as well just pick one right off the bat that's already base game. Alright. There we have that guy. And multipliers and speculars we're not really going to cover, but I will show, I recommend. So in this basic tutorial, we're not doing a mask. So we're just gonna import the overlay. We're gonna import the overlay for that, for the multiplier. Just because we can. It's fine. Not gonna hurt anything. It's all good. Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to import. Alright. And you can see our plant is not exactly mapped out to fit that basket, is he? No, he's not. So that's where you come back into the mesh tab and you're going to import each of these for each of the level of details. Alright. Check it out. Bingo. There he is. Our cute little basket. Alright. Go to medium. And oh, look at that! An error message. It's okay. Calm down. We can fix it. So, group count. Group count is this on this side bar. We have group 0 and no other groups. Alright? So this is telling us that there's 2 groups in the file, or in the mesh that we just tried to import. There's 2 of them, but Workshop was only expecting 1. What the heck do we do? Well, we'll click OK. That's fine. So one way that you can fix it is you can duplicate the original group that's in Workshop already, and don't worry, it works fine. So then that'll load, and that creates a second group. So then you can try it again and import your mesh, the one that was giving you trouble, and you get this. Alright, you get this flat plane underneath of the object that just doesn't look right. Okay, and you know, hey, that's fine, we can fix it. So we're gonna go back and remove this group because we don't need him, so we're gonna get rid of him. And then what you do is you bring your object, import TS4 object, and medium, because that's the one we were working with just now. And this shows you, so under the groups tab, this shows you the groups that are in that mesh. And I'm sure someone that is experienced could probably tell you all about groups and how they work and what they do, and great, but I'm not that person. So this group 0 is our trouble area, alright, our trouble spot. So you select him, I just double click and delete, and we're good, we're golden. So there he is without that plane. Then you have to make sure you rename your object, so just your group. So just make sure you're selected, and other objects are going to have multiple groups. Some of them can have up to 5, or you know, sometimes most of them only have 3. If you delete a group, you have to make sure you rename them in that order, make sure they're all nice and neat. So group 1, if we tried to import this right now, it would give us a message saying that it doesn't match or some crazy thing. So really easy, just rename it in there and click rename, and then you can see that it changed. And then we click File and Export, and you're going to export it back into a TS4 object. And I like to save it as a copy or an edit. That way, in case something goes wrong when I try to import it, I can bring up the original and start over. And trust me, I have a lot of those. Alright, so we'll give this a shot again. We're going to import the edit. And ta-da! He worked! Alright, so, and here you see we don't have a low level of detail, so that's cool. Alright, now we import the shadows. High shadow. Alright. Yes, we want to auto-generate. Most of the time this works. Most of the time, I mean 99.9%. And you can see we don't have a plant shadow anymore, we have a little box. Alright, and then this is the medium shadow. No, what did I do? I tried to export it. We don't want to do that. We want to import. Yes. Okay, perfect. Go back into textures. That's a weird word. Alright. So, other objects in The Sims 3, you know, they're going to have multiple channels for create a style, and sometimes these will say true. So, if you're not going to make your object castable, then it's a nice idea. It cleans up the object a little bit to make these say false. I think you have to have one of them enabled, so we'll just leave pattern A enabled, that's fine. And then, so if I went back, or if we go back and export all of the overlays for the other colors of that Sims 4 basket, then this is where we would import them into the overlay and the multiplier. I didn't do that. I'm not going to show that. If you want me to show that, we'll do it again for a different object. It's cool. But since we're not doing it now, you want to make sure that you delete these ones that you're not going to change, because otherwise it's just going to look really weird and bad in the game. That's not cool. You don't want that. Alright? And it's kind of slow. That's fine. So yes, we want to delete the ones that we didn't change. Okay. You got it. You know. You guys are smart. It's good. It's all good. So we have the 1. Yay. Alright. Then we go back into project, and we'll rename it. Basket. And here's the description. This is where you'd want to put, you know, Sims 4 paraphrase description, because I think I'm so cool, and I'm Tori. Alright. But for right now, we'll just say basket. Price, you can change this if you want to. It's, you know, a little basket. You can make it 5. You can make it 5,000. That's cool. Whatever you want to do. We'll leave it as 35 because who, you know, it's fine. And, oh wait, stop here. Is this a plant? I don't think this is a plant. It's a sculpture, right? It's a sculpture. So you want to make sure that if you're going to override an object that's originally a plant, it's really helpful to make it in the right category. So we're going to set this as sculpture and not plant. And then room category. You know, I know we've all seen this. There's room categories in The Sims 3 instead of object categories. So here we have living room, dining room, bedroom. Well, this basket, I don't know, it might go in the bedroom, probably not. We'll just put it bathroom and kitchen. I don't know, maybe a kitchen. Who knows? And then room subcategory. Definitely not a plant. We already covered this. It's an accent because it's a clutter object. And I think that's it. Build category. This isn't a build object, so we're going to leave that alone. Object type flags. Ask me what I know about those. I don't know anything about them. Wall placement. This isn't going on the wall, so that's fine. And then we'll leave these the way they are because the way that plant worked in the game was fine. We're going to leave it. Okay. Then we go back out here and we click export to Sims 3 pack. But I only download objects that are packages. Why want to be a package? Don't worry. We can cover that, and I'll put a link to how to convert Sims 3 pack to package. We're going to save this as basket. Alright. Done. So that's basically the basics of basically converting Sims 4 to Sims 3. Alright. I'll make another video sometime within the next year about how to make a mask. How about that? How does that sound? Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching.